Jeff Cross with Clean Facts. I'm here with Samuel Sales, or Sammy Sales, at the Experience Show. Sammy, I wanted to spend a couple minutes with you because I know you had a recent loss, someone that we all knew well. John Sales was at every trade show I've ever been to.
Yep.
And I know it was he wanted to keep it quiet as he was ill. Can you talk a little bit about what happened so the industry knows?
So when I found out in December that my dad had cancer, he didn't even want my family to know. I mean, I went in and I told all my brothers and sisters, even my mom. So it was just a hush-hush thing. It's kind of a pride thing. No one ever seen him sick, and he didn't want anyone else to see him like that. I tried to take him to the Chattanooga show, and he didn't want anyone to see him like that. And I understand, so I just didn't let nobody know about it.
Always a gentleman, always a pleasure to be around. But now, with his passing, and as sad as it is, you are taking over the company.
So I actually took the company over 6 years ago. And
well, there's some breaking news, because John was always the face.
Yep.
He was the founder.
Yep.
Yeah. Talk about that.
So, of course, my dad started the company back in 1972. He, was the inventor. He was one of the founders of the carpet cleaning machines, period. He had the United States patent on heat exchangers. He had all, it was just the things he'd come up with was amazing, And I have a lot of his work through the years I've still kept on to, so I learned a lot from my dad. He taught me everything from sweeping the floor to building hoses to building truck mounts, engineering, the whole 9 yards, and we just made it work. And then when I took it over 6 years ago, his last recent video that he did, kind of like a retirement video, he was talking about how when I took the company over, I tripled the size of it, because I went and looked at all the things I didn't like in the equipment. I changed that. I upped the performance of things. I made them look a lot nicer. My dad didn't care about that stuff. As long as it worked and didn't break down and was a productive piece of equipment, that's all that mattered.
I know that was his thing, to create something for the industry that worked, because he was a carpet cleaner in his day that needed equipment.
Yep.
How did he respond to your changes? Was there talk at the dinner table?
At first, there was a pushback, because we went to CNC stuff. Everything was done by hand before then. And when we introduced the CNC machines and everything was coming out exactly the same every time, it was a change to him. He didn't understand it, but he loved it there towards the end. He'd always ask me, hey, can you make this for me? Or can you make this for me? He loved that stuff, so.
Fantastic. When you think about the legacy of the company, what do you see in the future for Steam Action?
So,
being a family business, started by someone who had a passion for the industry.
So that was kind of one of the agreements me and my dad came upon. I invested thousands of dollars into the company also, but we got offered a quite nice chunk of money, and he looked at me and said, "This is an amazing offer. Let's take it." And I was like, Dad, we both have a good living. We both are taken care of. What else are we going to do? And he's like, good point. So the promise I made was it'll never be sold. It's always going to continue on to our,
So you have a large family.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us. So I'm one of 8. So there's a lot of us here. And then there's, 27 grandkids. So even my daughter works for me. She's got a huge interest in it. I have an 8-year-old son. He can already start machines, tell you everything about them. So the generation will carry.
Well, your dad will be missed. I know it's an emotional time, but if he could see what you're doing and know what you plan to do, he'd be happy.
Oh yeah, he loves it. He told me that before he passed. He said, "You've been taught well.
Keep going."
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.